Hello, welcome to Michelle Sews Again. I'm Michelle. It's another installment of my Collabathon for Sew Purple to End ALZ. And today I am partnering with the amazing Sara from Naughty Gnome Crafts. If you want to see what we've made, then please stay tuned. Okay, so I have actually met Sara in person, and she is as adorable in person as she is on her channel. She is this, I mean, I'm short and she's shorter, but she's just this little tiny thing, but she's just so lovely. Like, I enjoyed talking to her. We had such a good time chatting. She was on vacation down here in Florida, not that far from me, and Jen and I actually went and met her for brunch, and we closed the place down. It was so much fun. And we just chatted about sewing and YouTube and all of our lovely viewers and everything. So we had a really good time. I hope to meet her again in person one day because I really enjoyed hanging out with her. But Sara and I have done 2 collaborations already. The first one was one fabric, 2 ways. We had both bought the same beautiful piece of rayon challis from Minerva, and it is a Dashwood Studios print, and it's just, the color explosion was just so much fun. So when Sara saw that I had bought it, she was like, hey, why don't we do something together? And so we did one fabric, 2 ways. So we each did our own take. We didn't know what each other was going to do. I absolutely love the dress that I made. I made Callie's shirt dress from Closet Core Patterns, and I hacked it by adding a ruffle around the bottom. So it still buttons all the way down until you get to the ruffle, and then that doesn't button, that just goes all the way around. And I had been inspired by a dress that I saw, I believe, on Anthropology. And I love that dress. I take it with me when I go traveling to Ohio for work every few months. And I mean, I don't wear it around the house, but yeah, I love that dress so much. Sara did not love what she made as much, and she has recently refashioned hers, and her refashion is perfect. So adorable, and it looks really good on her. The second collaboration that we did was a wrap dress, and we both did a different pattern. We both used our own fabrics, and the idea was just that we each did a wrap dress. And I did the Wildwood wrap dress from Sew House 7, and while I don't love the way that that dress looked on me, I love the dress. I ice-dyed it in the most vibrant, gorgeous colors. It's one of my favorite ice-dye projects that I've done so far. I really enjoyed making that dress. It was a really interesting construction, and I don't like it because of where the obi belt sits on my stomach. It's the same situation as what I had in yesterday's video with the belt on the jumpsuit. It just is too high for what I'm comfortable with, but yet that's probably where it needs to sit. So I feel like if as I lose weight, I think I'm gonna like that one more. So I'm not touching that one yet because I know that I'm going to love it on me at some point. And Sara did a beautiful wrap dress for, I think she was a guest at a wedding, and hers of course came out gorgeous. So this is our third collaboration. And Sara so graciously agreed to do this with me for the Sew Purple to End ALZ challenge. If you are not already familiar with what this challenge is about, I will link the intro video for the challenge in the description box. Please go and check it out. As usual, I'm going to have all of the ALZ info links in the description box. I'm going to have the full list of all of my collaborators, what our projects are, what date we're uploading. Everything to do with the challenge will be in the description box. So please go and check that out. But today, Sara and I decided that we were going to do a hoodie dress, and it is maker's choice. So she had a hoodie pattern in her stash that she wanted to use. I have a couple in my stash. So the one that I decided to go with was the Rebecca Page hoodie dress. And I had already made this. I will link to my review of it in the cards up here. But I knew that I loved it. So I was like, let me just make that again. I could have a week's worth of these dresses and not have too many because it's just such a simple, easy throw-on dress. I will wear this throughout the winter. I work from home, so I don't need to look like super professional, and this looks good on camera, and I don't have to worry about if I'm dressing it up with the right shoes or anything. I can just wear it with my sneakers, or more likely than not, just walking around the house barefoot. But it's comfortable. I can sit in it all day without worrying about it's like, you know, pinching me somewhere or riding up somewhere. It's perfect. There is an optional drawstring, which I choose not to do because I'm never gonna put the hood on and draw the strings. So it's just extra something to have to worry about inserting and having those ties dingle around, which I'm just not interested in. So I'm not gonna get too much into the review since I've already done one. What I do wanna tell you is that if you're intimidated about doing a hood, don't be, at least not this one. This couldn't be any easier to put on. You sew the hood seam together and then you quarter it just like you do a neckband, and you cross over. There's two, like the edges of the hood pattern pieces come into a point, and you just cross those over and make them meet at the notches, and that's your center point of your neckband, and you sew it on just like you do a neckband. Seriously, that's as easy as it is. So don't let the hood part of this intimidate you. So the last time that I made this, I did line the hood. In fact, I lined it with this Tulip Pink fabric that I have that I absolutely love. And that is a woven fabric. And because the neckline is big enough to slide over my head, it didn't end up being a problem. But I don't necessarily recommend lining a knit fabric hood with woven fabric. That one happened to come out fine. But I don't know that I would do it again. I didn't line this one. I just left it alone. So let me tell you what I did here. The only modification that I made to the pattern piece was I shortened the sleeve, partially because the fabric that I had left wasn't long enough for the full length sleeve. And secondly, I think I must have had the same problem with the first dress that I made because it came out as a half sleeve as well. And I actually loved it. So I knew that I intentionally wanted to make a half sleeve again. That is like the perfect length for me because I'm not wearing this in super cold weather. All right, so what I decided to do, wait, and one more thing. I used the same fabric for the cuff on the sleeve and the cuff on the hem instead of using ribbing. So yeah, so it's the whole thing's made out of the same fabric. The fabric is a white 100% cotton, I think, if not, I'll list it at the bottom. French terry that I got from Amazon. I bought, I want to say like 6 yards because I knew I needed to make this hoodie dress. At the time, I knew I was making a sweatshirt dress with Joe from Sew Joey, and that was later in the month. I knew I wanted to dye them. So that's what I did. So I made this one, and unlike the dress that I'm making with Joe, which I've already filmed what I did with that fabric because it was part of my first collaboration this month with Angie from Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye. We both ice dyed, that was our collaboration, was we ice dyed. She did a ready-made garment, and I did the pattern pieces for the Anderson knit dress from Style Arc that I'm going to be making with Joe at the end of the month. In that one, I cut all the pattern pieces out, and although I dyed them all in the same color palette, I folded each of the pattern pieces differently so they would have different designs. So I did that one for that dress. For this dress, I decided that I just wanted to make the dress first and then do the tie and ice dye it. So that's what I did. So the dress was fully made, and I did kind of a newer technique, and so I'm just going to insert, I kind of took you along with me on how I did that, so I'll insert that clip here and I'll meet you back on the other side. And what I've decided to do is just take the dress from top to bottom. I'm just going to twist it. I don't think I can show you that in video because I just don't have enough room, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so you can see that it's twisted. And now I'm just going to coil it up in this container. Whoops. All right, so I am putting this in this basket because I don't want this one to dye in the muck. Meaning that I want the dye and the ice to flow through it, but this not to sit in the result. I'm doing a little bit of a different palette here. I'm bringing in some green and some amber, and I want to use grape, which is one of the most purpley purples that I have. And I don't have a ton left here. Actually, I was thinking about just sprinkling it out of the jar, but I think I'm not gonna do that. Now I'm using Wasabi from Dharma Trading, which is a greenish, it's like an olivey green color. And now I'm using Amber Waves. I know there's still, you know, a little bit of white showing, but the ice will push that dye and fill it all in. Okay, I'm gonna give it a quick sprinkle of soda ash. That's probably a little more than I need, but oh well, it won't hurt. Just a little. Okay. We'll come back 24 hours after the ice is melted and we'll rinse it and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so you can see that was a super simple way to fold the dress. It was just like it's just a twist. And then I coiled it up, sprinkled the dye on top and iced it. And I love the way that this came out. It's got blue in it, which I wasn't expecting because the colors that I used were grape, wasabi, which is a green. So I don't know if you can see that green in there. And then that amber waves, which is this gorgeous kind of rusty color. So that blue is either coming from the grape or the wasabi. I'm not sure which one, but I like it. I think it really adds a nice dimension. And I still feel like this dress mostly reads purple. So I'll do a proper twirl and insert that here. And what you're seeing here is I did a super simple style on this one, just because it's a hoodie dress. I mean, you're not going to get overly complicated, right? So I wore it with these colorful stones, mixed stone, Kendra Scott hoop earrings. I wore it with my very favorite purple suede Vans, which if you've been following me a while, you would have seen those already. And then I pulled in a denim jacket that I can wear on a cooler day or I don't have to wear it at all. So I kind of put it on and took it off and, you know, did that thing. So that is my twirl. So what do you think of this dress? Have you made the Rebecca Page hoodie dress? All right, so let me know what you think. Do you love the dress? Do you not love the dress? Would you make it? Yeah, I love it. And you could make it in a heavier fabric. You could make it in a full sweatshirt fabric, or even a lighter, just a t-shirt knit if you wanted to. I had a sneak peek at Sarah's dress. It's adorable, of course. And we're kind of almost twinsies. So go and check out Sarah's video. I haven't seen her video yet, so I'm checking that out as soon as I'm done here. And if you missed yesterday's video, it was with Rochelle from Rochelle Handmade Designs, and we both made an Ankara jumpsuit. And tomorrow's video is with Robyn from Robyn Loves to Sew, and we're making an apron. So I hope that those both sound interesting to you and that you will go check out their videos. Wherever you are, I hope the weather's amazing. I hope you're able to get some sewing in, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.